Lori here. Today I'm going to show you how I pick out colors. So I get this question all the time about how I match colors up together, and I thought I would just kind of show you the process that I go through when I am picking out what I'm going to make for a video. So I'm going to be making a wreath with this tonight. So it's a little mermaid, and it has kind of a whitewash look on it, and it has this kind of really light blue. So what I want to do is I want to pick up some natural, because it has a lot of natural elements, and it's a sea, it's, you know, part of the ocean, so that's what I'm going to be looking for. And I want to pick up this color here. So I'm going to pan down, I'm going to show you kind of what I do. Okay, so the first thing I do is I figure out what mesh I want to use. So I definitely want to use this. This is a jute poly mesh. I like to use this when I'm doing things that are either nautical or natural. So you see how it blends very well. So there's all kinds of natural elements in this sign, so I want to pick that up in my mesh. Now it's not going to stand out very well on this because this is just a very natural color. So what I want to do is I want to try and match this blue color. So what I'll do is I'll take this mesh and I will add another mesh to it. So what I want to do tonight is the Pouf with a Ruffle. So I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to pick a 10-inch mesh to go with it. So I will pull out some colors that I think look about right for this color here, and then I will just take it and I'll put them side by side, and I'll look at it with the side. And it's usually pretty clear which one works better. In this case, you really could get away with either one. So this one is a little bit more green, and this one is a little bit more blue. So I'm going to go with the blue, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I knew I had some of these. So these are little blue starfish, and they work really well with both the sign and the mesh. So this is going to be my major color element, is this blue mesh. So I take this blue mesh and I am going to go over to my ribbons, and I'm going to move the camera so that you can see the process that I go through to look through my ribbons. My shelves, like in the natural area and over here in the blue, and see if I have any nautical ribbon. So I have some in the blue, but this really isn't the right color. This is more like a dark blue, so I don't think that's going to work. Let's see. I do have this one. I have a red, and I don't think that's going to work. And it looks like that's it. The rest of my nautical ribbon is red or blue. So those really aren't going to really help me with what I'm trying to accomplish with this one. So when I'm picking ribbon, I'm always looking for the colors that are in whatever sign or mesh I'm using. But then I want there to be additional colors, because it helps the sign stand out quite a bit. So I will move the camera back, and I will show you the ribbons that we picked out, and how I determine which ones I'm going to use and which ones I'm not. So I have all of my ribbon here, and I have my mesh, and I have my sign. So what I'll do is I'll put these over here so that I can just kind of keep that in mind. And then I will put my ribbons up against it and see if that's going to work. So that one's fine. This one, I don't really like this one, even though I love this ribbon, because the white is just a little bit too bright. So this white is a little bit muted. So I'll put that one aside. I have these two. I definitely want to use one, and I have decided I'm going to use this one. And the reason I picked this one is because it almost looks more like rope to me. I kind of like the kind of cable look this one has. It also has a lot of wire in it, so this is going to be easier to use. This one has wire in it, but there's not as much wire in these. Okay, I think this is good, even though it has a little bit brighter white than I would like. I think it's going to be fine. We're definitely going to use this. So we have those. And then this is the nautical that we picked out. So, and that works. It looks fine. And this picks up another color with the orange. So we even have an orange little starfish we could use. It's too bad that we don't have very much of this, because this would have been really perfect. See how it's kind of the combination between the two? But we really just don't have enough of this ribbon to use it. So we'll have to set that aside. So I have two sizes on this. I did find another nautical ribbon and thought it might be okay with the orange. But when I get it up here, it just doesn't look right. So I will put this aside. This is not going to work. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ribbons. Oh, we don't count that one. So I want to have at least 4 ribbons, and we really do have enough. So we have all of these. Okay. So I feel pretty comfortable with what I have picked out for what I'm going to be doing for my wreath. Now when I do the wreath form, I have wreath forms stacked up here, and I just pick out the color that I think is going to work. So I actually have a natural one, so that's the one I'm going to be using. So then I pretty much have everything I need for my project. I did grab some shells I have. So I always keep some shells around. You can get these at Walmart, TJ Maxx, pretty much any craft store has these, but I just get them in a big bag, and then what I can do is I can just use them whenever I have a project, and I'll just glue them on. So it's always great to have something like this around. And I can tell you that nautical wreaths are always popular in the spring and summertime, and so are mermaids. So it's always a great idea to do a couple of nautical themed wreaths every year, because they're good sellers. There are other things that you can get. See, now I have this, so it's possible we might put some of this in it, but it's just a little fun. It'll be something that kind of stands out a little bit. You could also do some greenery. Don't be afraid to put a little bit of greenery, even if you're doing a deco mesh. So, and we will definitely be doing one like this with a grapevine. So this is how I go through the process of picking out what I'm going to be using, and I hope this helped you and gave you an idea of how you can, work from one thing and then just build on it, building on the colors. And don't be afraid to put different colors together, and don't be afraid to use different patterns together, because it's not like clothing. You know, you don't have to keep stripes and polka dots separate from each other. It's a wreath and or a craft, and you can just use colors as you see fit. Okay, well, I hope this helped you, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.